This is a classic case of giving somebody an inch and them taking a mile. And when Diddy gave Cassie his inch, he felt obligated to give her miles and miles of BBC. He gave her the contact list to all of the male escorts in Los Angeles, New York City, Miami. He couldn't satisfy her. He's an old geezer. The world can see it for what it is now. He ain't got no Beijing. He ain't got no stylist. People see Diddy for the old man that he has been for a very long time. She was Cassie's sugar daddy, and she was his plaything. He let Cassie do whatever it is she wanted to do. She was living like the female version of Richie Rich. Anything that her heart desired, Diddy would provide it because he could afford to. It was chump change to him. And the number one thing on her list was BBCs. Now Diddy is in court, and people trying to look for the kill blow to prove him guilty. But Cassie Ventura took the stand and basically proved that everything that they had going on was consensual, regardless of how the media tried to paint it. We heard what Cassie got to say. They're still trying to spin the narrative. But the truth of the matter is, Diddy is an old man that had a young plaything, and he was willing to do whatever it took to keep her happy. Same situation with Anna Nicole Smith. Her old decrepit sugar daddy did whatever it took to keep her happy. That's what old men with erectile dysfunction have to do in order to keep a woman in their corner. Now, I need y'all to listen to this and keep an open heart. I ain't trying to paint Diddy to be innocent or nothing, but Cassie was basically the capo in his criminal organization. She was the one giving the escorts the money. She was the one making the phone calls. If anybody was coercing anybody to do anything, according to Cassie's testimony, it was her. And if you don't believe me, let's get into some hardcore facts. I need y'all to pay close attention to this, man, because it's only going to prove that Cassie just made it easy for Diddy to walk out of jail. And if he don't get out of jail, then something is very, very flawed about the system. Without further ado, let's get into this, y'all.
Drika, how would you describe Cassie's demeanor when she took the stand today?
When she walked in there, Rachel, she had on a brown dress, form-fitting, visibly pregnant, head held high, and did not make any eye contact with the defendant, with Sean Combs.
What was Sean's reaction when he saw Cassie enter the courtroom?
You know, attorneys say that this is the first time that they've met since 2018 when she attended the funeral for Kim Porter, which is the mother of Sean Combs' 3 children. So to watch Sean Combs watching her was really interesting because they haven't seen each other in at least 6 years. But he can't say anything. You know, this is...
She went to Kim Porter's funeral, hugged his mother, hugged his kids. So sorry for your loss. This is the last time they seen Cassie. People saying that she was in love with Diddy. What type of love is this that's happening now that she's in court with this testimony? If she felt this way then, why would she even bother? She moved on with her life. She felt obligated to go to Kim Porter's funeral. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But if y'all family or if you're a friend of the family, then be that. You can't turn around and be an enemy of the family and you attending people's funerals or whatnot. So that's just going to show that her character is extremely flawed.
This is a moment for him where he has to be silent. And right now we're hearing what she says in terms of what happened during the course of their over 10-year relationship.
Is he showing any reaction to what she is saying on the stand?
I can tell you that immediately, the moment she opened her mouth, you could see that Combs was listening intently to everything that she has to say, as well as those jurors. People know that she was that star witness, the key person in all of this. When you think about that civil suit that came out in 2023, that was settled the day after, she really is the person that connects all the dots. When you look at the indictment and you look at some of the charges, she's the one talking about the freak-offs and what was involved and how she had to act.
They settled the case already, and she's still working the case, even though she has his money in her pocket. On her testimony is confirming what a lot of people thought all along, and that is that she enjoyed every minute of what was happening. She was a willing participant. It was a consensual relationship. She never said that he forced her to do anything. He had drugs. She took drugs. He had money. She wanted the money. Everything that he had going on, she wanted to be a part of it. She didn't benefit him in no way, shape, or form. She didn't contribute nothing to his record label that was significant. She don't have platinum plaques at the bad boys' offices. Her greatest achievement was being the head freaker in the freak off. That was her true talent. That was her only asset in her relationship with Diddy. And she knew that. She said she felt like she didn't have a choice but to be a freak. Because if she wasn't doing that, he would have had no reason to even have her around. So she stuck by this man and was in his entourage, in his camp for 10 years, being a professional freak offer. Diddy got doormen, people that open the doors. He got chefs, people that's only obligation is to cook the food. He got security guards, only obligation is to do security. He got barbers, the only task they're assigned is cutting hair. He had babysitters for his kids. All he had to worry about is babysitting the kids. And then he had Cassie. She came around because she was supposed to be a singer, but she ain't got no work ethic. She ain't got no vocals. The only thing she got going for her is her look. And in her testimony, she was complaining about Diddy being concerned about the way she looked, how she dressed, not understanding that he's a CEO, he's a businessman, you're a product. Sex sells. He trying to put you out there to the public. Then it dawned on him after their first freak session that her true talent was in the bedroom. And he turned her into a professional at it, at that. Whatever you're good at, Diddy gonna bring the best out of you. And whatever it is that you do. And that's what any CEO or person of power, they look for the talent in people, or else they don't want you around. If you're good for nothing, you ain't worth nothing. And the conclusion is, Cassie, her greatest talent was being a freak offer, and she did it professionally for Diddy for years.
Prosecution is asking her questions to show that she wasn't in control. She said that Sean Combs directed everything from what she had on to the lighting in the room to how she was supposed to interact with the person that she was having sex with. And again, just to reiterate what is a freak off, the freak off essentially was something that Cassie said she learned about through Sean Combs about a year into their relationship. He described it as voyeurism, wanting to watch her have sex with someone else. And she said that she did it because she was 22, 21. She was young. She didn't know any better, and that she wanted to please Sean Combs.
She was grown as hell. She act like she ain't know what a penis was until she met Diddy. She was a virgin and before she met Diddy. She had no idea about sex. This dirty old man taught her what to do and how to do it. She was just so young, gullible, and naive. When the truth of the matter is, she left her boyfriend, Ryan Leslie, in order to be with Diddy. She double-crossed him. He had Cassie around Diddy, thinking that it was all good, like she was loyal. He had her signed to his label, not knowing that she would be a cheesy rat and get with his mans in them because he got deeper pockets. He didn't think that Cassie would finagle her way into Diddy's entourage or to be in his company, and on top of that, become his sex slave. Ryan Leslie just as old as Diddy is. And he looked nastier than Diddy. He's, like I told y'all before, he's every member in B2K plus Marcus Houston put together. All types of weird. He got the Steve Urkel swag with a Carlton Banks dance with a Marcus Houston head. It's no telling how you leave your boyfriend to be with his homeboy and you don't know nothing about sex. So Ryan Leslie just out here with this version that ain't never did nothing freaky. She was in the music industry before she met Dick. And I ain't trying to make it seem like he innocent. But they need to cut this BS, man. I'm going to shut up about it. Y'all need to listen at this. Hey, don't phone lines open too. And we got all these people in here. I don't see nobody leaving no comments. What's going on with y'all? Is y'all asleep or no? Is y'all upset with this information that I'm giving? Because I'm going to keep on giving it, man. Somebody got to say this stuff. Yo, y'all stay tuned. I ain't got nothing but love for y'all. Y'all gotta feel me on this because they about to be doing day 3 tomorrow, and it's only gonna get worse. Y'all gotta stay up to speed. Okay, let's do this real quick. Come on.
Holmes.
Hold on, before you pay for yet
I
another
ain't paying
app to
for
manage your
shit.
team, let me
I
introduce you
ain't
to
paying for
Connecting,
nope. I
the
ain't
one
doing none of
platform
that. Get out
replaces
my face, shorty.
And at some point in time, she actually had said that she looked forward to the freak offs. Why did Cassie express looking forward to these said freak offs?
When the prosecution asked her, was there ever a time that you enjoyed the freak offs? This is when Cassie got choked up and she said, I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with Combs and I really did love him.
Bullshit. So while them dudes was blowing her back out, she was getting time. That was the only way she was able to spend time with Diddy. Like he ain't take her to the red carpets. Like every time you seen him, he wasn't with her. Like she wasn't up at Drink Champs sitting next to him. Like he ain't do interviews and Cassie was there. She talking like the only time she was able to spend time was during the freak off. And that's why she was excited to be a part of it. She slipped up in court and admitted that she was stoked to be a part of the freak offs and then took it back to make it seem like she got genuine love for that man. If she ever had genuine love for him, she would have never took the stand. If she would have had genuine love for him, she would have never got up there and testified against him while his daughters and his sons and his mother is right there in the courtroom. You can see the sadness on their faces. They just want for him to come home. The only reason why she was excited about the freak offs is because she was able to spend. So when them dudes was banging her out, was she holding Diddy's hand? Was she looking at Diddy in his eyes when she was getting rolled on? Did she tell him that she loved him when she was in the act? Did she close her eyes and imagine it was Diddy doing to her what them countless amounts of men was doing with her? And mind you, it wasn't the same BBC. Don't y'all be don't be rolling your eyes at me. That's disrespectful. Cause y'all people don't like when you keep it real. I understand that. But we gotta be realistic because after Diddy, it's just gonna be somebody else. And they already got Shannon Sharp on the back burner right now. After Diddy, it's gonna be somebody else. And after him, it's gonna be somebody else. And after that, before you know it, we all gonna be taken down for sex crimes. I like smacking chicks like anybody else out there, man. I'm paranoid. I don't skeet at some places. They might got my DNA from the window to the wall. I ain't gonna sit back and not say nothing because the only thing they can get a brother with is some sex crimes. You can't do a cyber crime with a damn basketball. I keep telling y'all that, man. That's the only thing they got on brothers. Your greatest weapon is your meat. Always been that way. But that's Negro here, no that. We got to get back into this, man. Here we go. Y'all listening? Okay, we good.
That is speaking to the psychological
Run that
abuse.
back.
When the prosecution asked her, was there ever a time she was 22, 21, she was young, she didn't know any better, and that she wanted to please Sean Combs?
And at some point in time, she actually had said that she looked forward to the freak offs. Why did Cassie express looking forward to these said freak offs?
When the prosecution asked her, was there ever a time that you enjoyed the freak offs? This is when Cassie got choked up and she said, I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with Combs.
Coming from a feminist, man, we know what time it is. It ain't another sad love song and it's not the 90s. So why is she wearing her hair like that? She trying to ride for Cassie, trying to make it seem like she choked up, slipped up, and said what she said. No, she said what she said. She looked forward to the freak off. She enjoyed it. She was excited about it. She couldn't wait for the weekend to come around. She get to drink her drink and do her thing, spread them legs and get a good bang. And Diddy was paying for every motherfucker. She ain't have to come out of pocket. That's like if I had a sugar mama that paid for female sex workers to come over so I could smack their cheeks while she's sitting on the sofa eating her prunes and shit half sleep. That's a fantasy you couldn't even imagine. Cassie sold her soul and was able to get whatever it is she wanted out of life. And all she wanted in life was a BBC. And she got to live like that for 10 years straight. Now they trying to send Diddy to jail for funding her freak parties. She said she was the only female there. It was a sausage party. It was a bunch of men's in there. She was the only female. They all lined up. They probably got sick of her little stinking ass. And I ain't trying to disrespect Cassie, but it is what it is, man. They can't paint it no other way. She done already said what she done said. They trying to take it back. She already done said it. Did Diddy do it? No, Cassie did it. She the shittler. The female version of the diddler. Please don't unsubscribe, because I know that was kind of corny. Make sure y'all hit that like button, because I'm about to take y'all through this Cassie trial and all her allegations. Cassie Ventura detailed alleged freak-offs in relationship with Combs to jury. Here's the recap of all that. She even bust out crying on the stand. Like her vajayjay was still hurting. Like that ever bothered her before. Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former girlfriend, testified about all her stuff. She went through the early stages, allegations of abuse, beginning of sexual encounters in the first years of their relationship. Ventura said Combs, do y'all see this? Okay, y'all can see this. Ventura said Combs proposed this sexual encounter he called voyeurism. Yo, I ain't gonna be an ignorant motherfucker for the rest of my life, man. I don't know about y'all, but I like to educate myself. And since y'all watching the video, we all gonna get educated together. Voyeurism is the sexual interest in or practice of watching other people engage in intimate behaviors. Shit, I've been in voyeurism. I've been voyaging for a long time. Shout out to bigbooty.com and all that. Shout out to X videos or whatever. Shout out to what is it? X Gerbo, one of them sites. Shout out to all them sites, man. I don't do it no more, but once upon a time, I was the head pirate on a voyage to voyeurism. And all of y'all down with it too. It ain't no weird off the wall. You watched another man get it in. For you ladies out there, you watched another woman get it in with a man. And if you say you never did, you sitting up there lying. But that's Negro here, no there. We got to get back into, you know what? We going to get back into Cassie's case and everything, because there's so much to touch on. It's still early in the video. Like I said, y'all can participate if that's what y'all want to do. This is a welcome all podcast. But for right now, we just going to go ahead and get through the video footage of this, and then we're going to come back around and elaborate. Y'all feel me? Okay, here we go. I see y'all beautiful ladies over there too. I just want to say hello real fast, because it's a whole bunch of y'all in here tonight, and I just can't help but to glance over there and see y'all very pretty faces. Can y'all make sure y'all hit them like buttons too? Because I'm definitely liking the fact that y'all watching the video and y'all showing me down below. So much love for all y'all. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get back into this. All right, here we go.
And I really did love him.
And that's freak off.
When the prosecution asked her, was there ever a time that you enjoyed the freak offs? This is when Cassie got choked up and she said, I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with Combs, and I really did love him.
And that is speaking to the psychological abuse, in addition to the physical abuse that she potentially experienced.
Yeah, she's definitely laying out someone who was young, who was influenced by wanting to have this record career. She signed a 10-album deal with Bad Boy Entertainment, led by Sean Combs, and basically describes being enamored by Sean Combs, loving him, not knowing about certain things sexually, and him sort of telling her, teaching her about that. And what you hear is someone that was young and she even said, you know, I was young, I was naive, I didn't know any better. But she's really telling the story of someone who thought she was going to be with someone in this music industry that was going to help her career, that cared about her, but quickly learned after the freak-offs that wasn't the case. And what I thought was also...
So she never went through a phase until she got with Diddy. She ain't never had nobody pop her hand with a ruler and tell her that ain't right or cut that out. She ain't never stay out late. She ain't never went to prom. She ain't never hunched in the park. She ain't never had no type of activity going on until she met Diddy. He turned her out. He took away her innocence. He took her virginity. Even though she don't recall one time they actually had sex. He would pay somebody to lay with her before he got it in with her. I don't think he was able to. He would rather pay somebody to. That's how you know he wasn't smashing. He couldn't get the job done. Let's think about this for a second, man. She ain't never had nothing going on. He taught her everything she know about sex, and she went to the major leagues. That's like LeBron James not playing a game of basketball before he get to the NBA, and all of a sudden he a pro. That's like Michael Jordan never played ball a day in his life until he got to the NBA. He's a hell of a coach. He put her in the game, and shit, every night was a championship for her. She took down I don't know how many men at a time. Somebody help me understand this, man. How you go from being innocent to being devilish in a matter of months. But that's Negro here, know that. Let's continue.
Interesting. And she said that after that first freak off, she said she felt dirty. She didn't want to do it. And when she brought up the idea of having a conversation about the freak offs in an email, which the jurors saw, she said she backpedaled in the email because Combs responded by saying, I know, you don't want to do it. And she said, oh, no, well, it's not that. But that was the beginning. That was in 2000.
Bitch, it was consensual. He gave you an exit. It went down. Diddy gave her a clean exit, said, oh, okay, I know you don't want to do it. And that would have been the end of it. It was no pressure, no nothing. She, in the text message, she said, oh, no, that's not it. She did want to do it. Talking about she felt dirty and disgusting about it, but was ready, couldn't wait for the next. She was so into it that she was the one setting it up. She had them niggas' phone numbers. She was contacting them goddamn escorts, giving them times and dates. She was ready. She was the one in the bathtub with the apple cider vinegar, waiting for her next freak down. Come on, man. How they try and make it seem like she wasn't with? Ain't nobody stupid.
Thought was also interesting, and she said that after that first freak off, she said she felt dirty. She didn't want to do it. And when she brought up the idea of having a conversation about the freak offs in an email, which the jurors saw, she said she backpedaled in the email because Combs responded by saying, I know, you don't want to do it. And she said, oh, no, well, it's not that. But that was the beginning. That was in 2010, where she brings up in an email that she wanted to have a conversation about this. And in her words, she didn't want to do it, but she felt like she had to do it.
In the damn email? You know you're going to see the man again. Why y'all couldn't talk about it in person? She sent him an email. If that ain't verification that she want to do it again, then I don't know what it is. She couldn't contact his ass. That was the problem. He wasn't picking up his phone. She couldn't get a hold of his ass. You know you in desperate mode to contact somebody when you sending emails and shit. Like, oh my God, he's not picking up. Did I do something wrong? Like, was I too nasty? He don't want me. I'm a dirt. That's why she felt dirty. Because afterwards, she didn't hear from his ass. And that's when she started panicking. Like, oh no, he fucked up with Puff. He saw me in the act. I tried to tell him I was innocent, but now he knows I'm a freak. Oh my God. He's not answering my phone. I would stop by the office. They're telling me he's not there. He probably was curbing her ass. Like, damn, I ain't know Shorty was a freak like that. I definitely don't want to have her around here, man. She a straight up bust down. I can't do nothing with her. You fucking everybody in the office, man. She can't come back up here no more. She started sending emails, y'all. Who does that? Unless you freaking out and you trying to get in touch with your boss. Wait a minute. And I'm going to shut up about it. Y'all listen, man.
The email because Combs got her, but quickly learned after the freak offs that wasn't the case. And what I thought was also interesting is she said that after that first freak off, she said she felt dirty. She didn't want to do it. And when she brought up the idea of having a conversation about the freak offs in an email, which the jurors saw, she said she backpedaled in the email because Combs responded by saying, I know, you don't want to do it. And she said, oh, no, well, it's not that. But that was the beginning. That was in 2010, where she brings up in an email that she wanted to have a conversation about this. And in her words, she didn't want to do it, but she felt like she had to do it.
Gosh, it's so difficult to hear all of these details. And since taking the stand, Cassie has been emotional. What made Cassie emotional on the stand?
I think what made Cassie emotional is having to describe the details of the freak off and why she did it. When she talked about wanting to do it to please Sean Combs, that's when she broke down. Up until that point, she had just been answering the questions. She's a little soft spoken at times, but that's when she got emotional. When she had to answer the question about if she enjoyed it, that's when she broke down, because she said, I enjoyed being with Sean Combs. And she says, I did it because it made him happy.
What is the
Wow. She bust out crying. Like how did her husband feel about that, man? She pregnant with his baby. She get emotional about freaking off with men because she wanted to spend time with Puff Daddy. I was gonna say Daddy. She wanted to spend time with Daddy. Like finally, Daddy's spending time with me. Well, that goes to show how worthless she felt about herself. She didn't have nothing else to bring to the table. You figure if you a great cook or something like that, hey, Diddy, come get a plate. You got a good sense of humor. He might want to talk to you, pick your brain or something. Like have a conversation. If you great at music, he want to keep that relationship because you putting out hits. Get your ass in the studio. Be productive. The only production she was putting together was a freak off with his money. And he did it she was his entertainment, like a pet puppy. I mean, where's your self-worth? Where's your self-dignity? And you know what, man? Hold on, man. Look at this. Oh shit, y'all. Yo, where the Virgos at out there? I had no clue this was a trait that y'all be having. Virgo's supposed to be a virgin. Shit, like hell. Somebody lied. How the fuck she a Virgo? She the furthest thing from a virgin. And that's a damn contradiction. All the way around. She can't be no damn Virgo. She ain't true to herself. She ain't even true to her damn zodiac. That's probably why she playing all innocent, acting like she ain't never had sex before. Hey, Diddy taught me everything. I was a virgin. Yeah, okay. And that's how all Virgos act. Like they ain't never did. The biggest freaks out there, acting like they ain't never did none before. Acting like somebody took their innocence every time they had sex. It was my first time, every time. Man, somebody get this chick out of here. But that's Negro here, no day. And I ain't trying to be what's the word for it? Sympathetic towards Cassie or whatever the case is. But a good time is a good time. That's plain and simple. That's like you being a fat bastard trying to blame the buffet for you being obese, but you kept on going to eat at the buffet. That's like trying to sue the China buffet because you fucked around and got fat because you wouldn't stop showing up to get them free plates. The first time I went to a buffet, I didn't know that the food was free. And he said I didn't want to go anymore. And I told him, no, that's not it. I'll go. But, I felt bad. I felt sloppy. I felt out of shape. I'm going to make my point. I don't give a damn, man. I'm going to make my point because this is the only way y'all going to be able to understand where I'm coming from. Cassie's situation is just like she was greedy with the meats. Diddy had a open buffet for Cassie. She could get whatever she wanted. She could pig out for as long. She was a glutton. She wanted all the meats. She wouldn't stop for 10 years straight, acting like she didn't enjoy herself. In the same scenario, people like to eat. People like to get their grub on. People like to enjoy food. That's the human nature. Same thing with sex. People like to get it in. Cassie went overboard with it. Yo, hello, who this is, man?
Man, it's Tomasi, man. No name third.
Oh, no doubt. What's on your mind, bro?
Man, listen, you talking about Diddy right now, live, right?
Yeah. Oh, we need you to cut that off in the background, Playboy. We can hear that real loud. No doubt.
a little bit. All right, but you're talking about Diddy and Cassie,
Mhm.
and you said Cassie was up there crying and everything. Why don't you say this? Because I'm pretty sure the DA or somebody listening to you. Why don't you just go ahead and tell the truth? Cassie probably liked this some of this stuff. And then she get $30 million from him.
Yeah, 30 mil.
So she got 30 million reasons not to be on that stand. She could have left and lived her life and been good. Most rappers only got $30 million and they've been in the game 20 years.
Yeah, but you know, that's all they got. And that's plain as day. Her testimony is the only all the other people backed out. They ain't got no proof, they ain't got no rhyme, no reasons for nothing. If they don't have Cassie, they don't have a case. So they was thinking and hoping that her testimony would be enough to put him away for life. But all she did was prove that everything they had going on was consensual.
And she was grown, because I heard you say she was 21. And so by her being 21 years old, she was a grown person. She wasn't underage. She was with him every day. Like you said, she was on the red carpet, got pictures with him, this and that. This might just be a clown show, and he might just beat the case. They might just want to waste some money. He probably got to go through some type of ritual, and he'd come out fine.
Yeah, but you know, the damage already been done to the point to where if they let him out and let him go free, the whole system, it's going to be a lot of backlash for how they portrayed him in the media. So he may have to do some time. The same thing with Bill Cosby. They ain't have nothing on him, but for the sake that they dragged him that far, it's in their best interest to, you know, put him away because they don't dragged it so much to where people will realize, like, damn, that was foul. That wasn't even right. He didn't even do nothing, and they painted him to be the worst criminal ever.
So how much time do you think he deserved? If he get any time, that should be your question on your poll also. If P. Diddy get any jail time, how much time do you think he deserved? But now, if he was dealing with kids, he probably deserve a long time. But if that come out not to be true, and he was dealing with all grown people, just because of who he is, they was dealing with him. And they had a motive to deal with him, and he had a motive also. They wanted the deal, and he wanted some booty.
This the thing about it. From Cassie's testimony, he was hiring adult male escorts. He was paying them. It was a service that they was providing, and he bought into their service. Now, this is the thing I want everybody to think about. Who has the time to be doing all of this extra shit? He run a $1 billion organization, record label, clothing, got restaurants. He got all this stuff going on. So when he got with Cassie, that was the time when he did all the freak shit, man. Who got the time to be doing all that, dealing with kids and stuff, and plus he can't get it up. So what gratification he gonna get when he into watching other people get it off? There's no way you can incriminate a man that get off on watching other people in the act. He not doing a damn thing.
It's like some eyes wide shut type stuff. For the simple fact, I don't know what they're trying to do. Cassidy, okay, like you said, they need her. Without her, they really has no case.
Mm-hmm.
But man, P. Diddy, he put himself in there, man. I'm just gonna say he put himself in there, and he just a freaky individual. If by him want to watch Cassidy get banged by male escorts, that's some freaky type stuff. But that's like two people in the hood having like a female get banged out by two dudes, which everybody know probably a female to have, and then or a dude having sex with two females, and they broke. So what's the difference between a broke person doing it and a rich person doing it, right?
Yeah, that's real, man. I know women that with their boyfriend, they bring another female. Matter of fact, I was in the grocery store not that long ago, and I was getting some groceries, and I overheard these two kids. They came up to this woman. She was thick as hell. They was like, "Hey, we was wondering if you would like to join us." He was like, "My girl got a nice body. You got a nice body." And the lady, she was smiling and laughing. Before you know it, she was giving them her phone number, and they walked off and found somebody else and did the same. So people with it. And there's men out here that have had a girl and they be like, "Hey man, my old lady, I can't get it up." They might be crippled or some shit. And they're like, "Hey, I need somebody to satisfy my wife. Happy wife, happy life, brother." They willing to pay people to come bang their girl.
Hey, I'm gonna let you get on to the next caller, but I want to end it with this one. Don't Adam 22 do the same thing?
Exactly.
He let people have sex with his wife, and so by PD letting people have sex with Cassie, what's the difference? And they recording on video.
It wouldn't be the first time it was done. It's pretty common with what they had going on. So, I don't know how he can get life in jail for that. And one more thing before you go, man. Now, you mentioned something about him being a pedo or whatever. The way Cassie incriminated herself by admitting that she was the one organizing everything, how somebody gonna come forward and say, "Hey, I'm so-and-so, and I'm the person that was getting the kids for Diddy. I was I set it up with him and little Toby. I set it up with him and little Chrissy. I was the one. I contacted the kids on the PlayStation. I was the one at the library." How they going to incriminate him for doing something like he was out there doing? It takes people in order to put that together for him. So who gonna step up and prove that he a weirdo like that without incriminating themselves?
I don't think none of them, because they don't want to go to jail, and they probably, I don't want to say the other thing, they probably ain't going to want to go to the graveyard. But so in fact, like you said, they incriminate themselves, and as soon as they do that, they're going to have the FBI or their local state police knocking at their door saying, "Come on, we got a new room for you."
So, hey, they have nothing else they can put together for a racketeering, what was it, sex trafficking, traveling for prostitutes for the sake of prostitutes, all this nonsense. It went out the window with Cassie's testimony.
Hey, yeah, because listen, I was listening to WEC 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said something like this. He said, let's say if you stay in LA, right, and you see a little fine little piece of New York, you fly her out to LA. Yeah, you kick it with her. She have fun with you all night, you know what I mean? Like Zookie with the good coochie. Then you pay her, you send her back home. Right there, that's considered sex trafficking under federal law.
Hey, it sounds like people, the airlines, if that's the case, they ask you when you travel, are you traveling for pleasure or business? Some people could say both.
Think about it. Why are so many people jump on to Vegas?
Shit, you know why they're going. And you know what the slogan is? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Right. So, hey, Vegas is a beautiful city. I've been there only once. But, hey, with PD thing, with the Cassie and all this, though, it's like this with me. I hope he make it out. He was a successful black billionaire, man that became a billionaire. And just like anybody that's a billionaire, they all got some little free side. Everybody got a side to them. You got a side to you. I probably got a side to me. And people who listen right now got a side to them. It might not be like Diddy's. It can be anything, but everybody got a side to them.
Mm-hmm.
So, he was a grown man throwing parties. They know what they was getting themselves into. They was willingly going. You know what I mean? Some people didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like on that Champs thing when he told Fabulous, "Why you don't come party with me?"
Mm-hmm. Right. But it's still a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he forcing people to get here. Actually, he will invite you, but it's up to you rather if you want to go out. Now, it's plenty of celebrities that say, "Hey, I ain't never partied with him." Cat Williams said he ain't do it. But Terrence Howard said he was with him one time. He ain't like the vibe, but Diddy ain't drug him and force him to do nothing.
Right. And like you said, Cat Williams said he got offered what, 4 times, 50 million 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Nah, he didn't take it. And what Fabulous said, we already party. We already had, you know what I mean? But like he said, you didn't party. We didn't party. But he said, we already party though. You know what I mean? And like they said, who lets another grown man take them shopping?
Exactly. And you know, Cat Williams said it best. He said, P. Diddy, you got to tell him no. Like you gotta tell, if you tell him no, you ain't gonna have no problems. But if you say yes to whatever it is that he trying to do, it's consensual.
Correct. You know what I mean? So therefore, that's why I say he might be coming home, but if he got to do some jail time, I say he might be doing 10, 15.
Damn, that's a long time, man. They're gonna have to prove it in court. You know, he guilty in the court of public opinion. That's what, if it was up to the public, he already need to be serving life in jail. But the difference is they in court now and they have to prove this stuff and they have absolutely nothing, but they still driving the narrative. So if he wind up doing time, it's just going to show how unjust the system really is, because they ain't have no proof on R. Kelly neither. They ain't had no audio, they ain't had no video, they ain't had no text messages, no receipts. They got more incriminating things on Diddy than they ever had on R. Kelly, and he's still in jail. So it's a possibility that they can flip it and say, hell, blase, 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 you get life in jail.
Yeah. I guess he didn't play ball.
Yeah, man, we just gonna have to wait and see. And you know, we gonna be back to talk about this. I believe they're gonna be doing it again tomorrow. They're gonna be doing it until it's over, man. And you know the number. Don't be no stranger, brother. Next time I go live, feel free to pick up the phone, man. We ain't got nothing but love for you. We gonna holler at you later. Real talk, man. Yo, shout out to him and thank him so much for his phone call, y'all. Cause I'm glad to see that I'm not the only person that see it this way. Because Cassie really incriminated herself. The judge had to tell the jury a couple of times, like, disregard what she just said, because I will have to hold her in contempt. I might have to have the people come put the cuffs on this pregnant woman for saying what she's saying up here on the stand. What to expect tomorrow in Sean Diddy Combs' trial? Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs' former girlfriend Cassie will continue to testify tomorrow, as prosecutor Emily Johnson says she needs at least half the day to finish her direct examination. Now they going through it with Cassie. They telling her we got to hit harder than that. Like, you fucked up, baby girl. They got you on record saying that you enjoyed the freak offs. You explained to the people how you participated in every aspect of the freak off. So they got it. She pregnant. She already got paid. She tired. Y'all want to know what I think it is? I think they got some shit on Cassie. That's why she was talking about she carried broken laptops and broken phones and stuff just in case somebody tried to blackmail her. She broke the evidence her damn self just to keep herself safe. I believe they hit her with the, we know what you've been doing. We know you've been contacting men and you've been participating in all of this freaky deaky business with Diddy. That's how we go. It's either you get down with us or you go down with him. Because they could have made this the Diddy Cassie trial. She could have been in the orange jumpsuit going down with him for the sex crimes that they alleging was going on. These two freakers sex these men. They could have had the male prostitutes be victims, or however they wanted to flip it. Either way, they was trying to get at him. And she already got paid. I think Cassie is being forced to do what she doing. Because what woman? She ain't got no hatred in her heart for Puff like that. She bust out crying when they asked her why she continued to do the freak off. She said, because I wanted to spend time with Puff because I was in love with him. While her husband is in the court and she pregnant with another man's baby. Diddy sitting there looking old and gray and she's still reminiscing on his ass. I think they put the pressure to Cassie in order to get her to participate. But that's Negro in there. Y'all need to let me know what y'all think about it. Ventura's lawyer says he's super proud of her testifying today. No, the fuck he not. Like, that bitch. Like, she blew the trial. What are we going to do? I'm freaking out. I mean, we might as well just go home. Somebody let him out of the cage. Let him out of the cage. Douglas Whitgore, Cassie Ventura's attorney, said that he was super proud of his client as he left the New York City courthouse today. Like, good job. He was super proud. He represented for the Knicks and everything. Ventura took the stand most of the day today, testifying about her more than a decade-long relationship with Sean Diddy Combs, the freak-offs, and alleged abuse. It was a long day, Wigger said. I'm just super proud of her. Still, he said, it's not up to me to decide how Ventura did on the stand. It's up to the jury to decide, but we're very confident. I anticipate another half day of direct and probably another half day or so of cross-examination. Oh, they ain't even get around. Woo! They ain't even get around to cross-examining Cassie. Her water gonna break on the stand. I said it first. Her water they gonna hit her with them hard questions. So how long was Gregory McConnor's cock? Like, oh my God, I'm hallucinating. Did you or did you not say, give me more when Michael B. Jordan was behind you? Like, oh my God, I am not going to be able to do this. Like, is it true that you gave oral sex to the notorious B.I.G. baby? Like, oh, Junior is coming now. Her water gonna break in the courtroom. Like, are you the reason that Black Rob started having symptoms? Was it because of your alleged diseases? Yo, rest in peace to Black Rob. And that wasn't funny. But they ain't even get around to cross-examining her yet. Wigger said of potential plans for tomorrow's proceedings, she has been in therapy. I think she'll testify about that tomorrow. I'm very proud of the way she handled herself today. Hell yeah, you got to play crazy when you're trying to get $30 million. That's like being on disability. The families of Combe and Ventura were present in the courtroom throughout her testimony. So you got the Latins on one side and the blacks on the other side. Nigga, what? During the break in the afternoon session, Sean Diddy Combs caught the eye of one of his twins' daughter, who made a heart shape with her hand. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cassie, you dirty freaker. She made a heart sign. He returned the gesture and caught the eye of his mother and blew her a kiss. His mother blew a kiss back to, and that's my baby. She probably was chewing peanuts when she blew the kiss back. Like, I see you, boo. Combs' daughter stayed in court throughout the day's proceedings. And during all of the testimony, Cassie Ventura's husband, Alex Fine, her female cousin, and her brother stayed in the courtroom throughout the testimony as well. When Ventura spoke about the freak-offs during her testimony, including the explicit details, her tone was matter-of-fact and almost devoid of emotion. Her tone changed when she reflected on her feelings and when she cried while speaking about how horrible the alleged abuse made her feel. When she talked about that freak off, she blacked out. You could see the damn palm trees and shit in her eyes when she was talking about them freak offs. Like, Your Honor, I had 2 or 3 men at a time. They were all over me, and Puffy made sure that we had extra baby oil because he wanted me glycerin. And I did it because I love him. What type of Savannah shit is this, man? Okay, we got to get back into this. Like I said, them phone lines is open. Diddy probably was hard the whole time she was talking about this madness. Like, that's right. I remember that night. Yeah. Like, I was a wild. He probably looked back at his son and winked. Like, I was a bad boy. Like, yo, you know, my pops, he a freaky ass nigga, man. It's in my blood, man. I freak them hoes, man. Like, yo, shorty, come here. You know who my father is? The nastiest nigga in town. Diddy sons keep their tongues out their mouth more than Megan Thee Stallion. Like, ah, like nah. They need to do a new record label off of this shit, man. Or do like a they could capitalize off of this. I'm gonna shut up about it. Let's get back into this. Y'all listening? Okay, here we go.
Expressions of the jurors look like.
The jurors are when she got emotional, when she had to answer the question about if she enjoyed it. That's when she broke down because she said, I enjoyed being with Sean Combs. And she says, I did it because it made him happy.
What did the expressions of the jurors look like?
The jurors are laser focused on what Cassie has to say. And that's to be expected, right? Because she is the person who will likely be on the stand, according to attorneys, for 2, maybe 3 days. She's the one that was in the relationship with Sean Combs for over 10 years. So she's got a lot to say, and she's just getting started.
Just how important is Cassie's testimony to the prosecution?
I think it really connects the dots, Rachel. When you look at that initial indictment and what's being alleged, she really is the person that has probably the most information about this idea that the prosecution says, which is creating a criminal enterprise for Sean Combs' sexual desires. Something else that the jurors saw today that sort of connects it back to this alleged criminal enterprise are 7 photos of people that were very close to Sean Combs, one even his former chief of staff. And these were all people that Cassie Ventura was able to name and explain the functions in terms of what they did: security, driver, chief of staff, someone that handled financials. So it's showing that she knew some of these people, again, because she was with him, around him for so long.
And like I said earlier, what was her title in all of this? What was her to do? She never explained that. She can't say she was a recording artist because she only made 1 album, and that was in the beginning of their relationship. She never had a follow-up. So what was she doing the whole time she was with him? That's beyond tacky. You talking about somebody sleeping their way to the top. That's what she was doing in order to stay at the top. Now, it's one thing, you sleep your way up there, because a lot of people sleep their way to the top, but once they get to the top, they done sleeping around. They're like, I did all the screwing I needed to do. I'm the boss. It ain't right, but it happens. And a lot of them women, they have plans on, they have a due date. They're like, man, look, while I'm young, I'm going to freak it out until I get around 28, 29, 30. By then, I should have myself established. And some people freak their way through college. And once they graduate, then they, try to settle down or whatever the case is. And that's essentially what she did. She did all her freakage. And suing Diddy is her retirement plan. She doubled back and got that money that she should have been getting. If she had anything professional about herself, she wouldn't have had to sue Diddy. She wouldn't have had to do all them damn freak offs talking about she pulling 4-hour shifts like she got a 9 to 5 freaking. Like she couldn't find nothing else better to do with herself to where she could say, oh, I'm good on the freak off. I got to work on my movie. I got a whole career doing something else. I ain't going to be able to freak off because I got some other shit going on. She complained and talking about he was taking her device, taking her cell phones and taking her iPads, and she would have to get it back. Grow up. Get off that damn iPad and go do something. Get your own damn iPads. He paid for everything. That's how he could take everything back. Why? How come she ain't learned that she need to be more professional? She's the most unprofessional artist ever signed to any record label and was able to maintain that lifestyle for 10 years straight. That go back to my theory about that buffet, man. She was greedy for the meats. She showed she was a glutton. She showed up on time every time. I know why he was disgusted with her. And that's like people, you keep on going to the same restaurant, eventually they're going to lose respect for you. They're like, here go this motherfucker again. They're going to start treating you like a regular. Like, oh, you back? They ain't even going to greet you after a while. They're going to serve other customers before they serve you. And that's for y'all dudes that y'all be trying to be loyal to these barbers. You go to the barber every week. Before you know it, he got 3 people in front of you. Talking about, I'll get you next. Because he know you ain't going nowhere. He trying to hook a new customer. That's for people in relationships, man. Your chick, she used to your ass. She trying to catch somebody else. She don't already bagged you. You ain't no fun no more. He lost all respect. He ain't have an ounce of respect for Cassie at all. Now, you was the cheesiest rat I've ever came across in my life. And I hate to say it, but she wasn't worthy of no damn respect. Not living foul like that. Look at this. And now man, I can't believe it. She pregnant big as a house while suing somebody for sex Oh my God, this is beyond ridiculous, man. I'm gonna shut up about it. We're gonna get back into this.
What have reactions in the courtroom been when explicit details of these freak-offs are being described?
Honestly, I'm looking at his family a lot as these details are coming out, and they really don't have a reaction. They're listening. I thought it was interesting yesterday that during part of that testimony with the escort, the male escort, the girls left. So Sean Combs has 3 daughters that are in the courtroom. They left for some of that testimony yesterday, but today they are staying through all of that testimony from Cassie Ventura.
Cassie's testimony is clearly explosive to both sides, both the prosecution and the defense. What other celebrities might we see take the stand in this case?
You know, there was a moment early on when Cassie mentioned Dallas Austin, who she called a friend who's a producer.
Did she just ask her about the celebrities? Wait a minute.
To both sides, both the prosecution and the defense. What other celebrities might we see take the stand in this case?
That's fucked up. They ain't worried about Cassie's pain, what she been through. They want to know where the celebrity's at. That's like you show up to somebody's house on a bike and you drive a Ferrari. They're like, yo, where the car at? You pull up, you dating a chick, you got you a nice car, you got a Lamborghini. You pull up one day in the Ford Focus. She come outside like, where the Ferrari at? You're like, bitch, you want me or the car? She's like, never mind. I don't want to go. Matter of fact, I changed my mind. I'm about to go. I'm going to find something else to do. I ain't trying to go. If I would have known you was coming in the Ford Focus, I wouldn't even have came outside. You pull back up in the Ferrari. She come out. I'll be back. She come out, hop in the car. She ready to go. She asked about the other. This is a clown show. This ain't got nothing to do with no justice. It got all this celebrity bling on it. Like, what, is any other celebrities going to show up? Because that will really spice things up. Like, her testimony really well worth a damn.
Cassie's testimony is clearly explosive to both sides, both the prosecution and the defense. What other celebrities might we see take the stand in this case?
Well, if it's so damn explosive, and it just blew the doors off of everything, and she shut it down. God damn, his daughter getting old. And she the youngest one. And no disrespect to his daughter. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm talking about this one. I don't know. Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all gotta look at this real quick. Y'all need to fill me on this. Look.
Left for some of that testimony yesterday, but today they are staying through all of that testimony from Cassie Ventura.
Cassie's testimony is clearly explosive to both sides, both the prosecution and the defense.
Look how she's squinting at her like, bitch, say what you got to say. She see the deceit in her face like, bitch, what do you really want to say? She disappointed about Cassie's testimony. She read the card like, yeah, no doubt. That shit was fire. You know, Cassie did her thing and all that. But what about them celebrities though? Because this shit, Cassie ain't shit.
Explosive.
She's scratching her nose like, now what you got to say about the production we put together so far? This like telling somebody they album whack. Like your single hot, you did your thing, but when you gonna put out the remix with this real big people on it, man? Your song was alright, you know what I'm saying? You did your thing, but when you gonna drop that remix with Beyonce and Megan Thee Stallion on it? Cause we ready for that heat. Like your shit is mid. We ready for that fire. Oh my God! Hold on, y'all.
All of that testimony from Cassie Ventura.
Cassie's testimony is clearly explosive to both sides.
She like, my shit fire,
Prosecution and the defense. What other celebrities might we see take the stand in this case?
There was a moment early on when Cassie mentioned Dallas Austin, who she called a friend who's a producer. So I don't know if that's someone that we're going to hear from. We know that.
Oh my God. They was fishing for name drops. Like, oh shit, she said Dallas Austin, y'all. Is he coming? Is he gonna be there? Was he at the freak off? What he gonna say when he get up there? Like, me, I'm Dallas Austin, used to work with TLC. I ain't produced a hit in 30 years, but people remember my jams. Cotton, butterfly, that's old. Let me see the Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Like, what's up, y'all? I'm a celebrity. Yeah, daddy. What would it do, daddy? They trying to turn it into the Source Awards. They need to get serious. Sex trafficking, racketeering, real lives. They talking about he was involved with kids and all this madness. They worried about where the celebrities at. Like, yeah, we see you got all this vegan food and everything. You got the avocados and all that. But where the chicken wings and the shish kebabs at?
That there were pictures shown to prospective jurors that are well-known celebrities, Kanye West, Kid Cudi, Lauren London. We don't know, though, how they fit yet into why they were even asked, do you know these people? Are you familiar with them?
So the prosecution is questioning Cassie right now, still questioning her.
The defense hasn't even got a chance to, that might change based on the timing, but...
They questioning the shit out of Cassie. She can't even get a break. Like, somebody come help me. She calling all her celebrity friends. Like, can you do me a favor? Like, I'm down here. I'm gonna have a baby at any moment. Can you come down and say something about Puff for me, please? Like, anything. They just want to see your face. Like, you're a celebrity. I only have one song. They don't want me.
Because she's such a key witness, it's likely that she will be on that stand the rest of the day.
What are you learning about the nicknames that were used between Cassie and Sean?
Yeah, we learned that Cassie...
Wait a minute, y'all. They working her to death. Like, this is your show, babe. Like, this is your new grind. If you could freak off for 48 hours and 4 or 5 days, your ass shouldn't mind sitting on the stand either. This is what you do. I dare her to say no. Like, I can't do it. No, I don't want to. Like, you never said no to Diddy. How you gonna tell us? They probably have her on there all week. That's what she get, man. She living in hell right now. They freaking her off in court. It ain't nothing she can do about it. It's consensual. She a willing participant. They did her worse than Diddy ever did her. He ain't never put her shit on blast like this. The court is freaking her off worse than Diddy ever did. Somebody said, why these hoes? Hold on, wait a minute, bro. We ain't about to be disrespecting the ladies. That ain't what we here to do. I said some things about Cassie, but I love Cassie because she a female, a pregnant one at that. So that ain't what we doing, bro. He said, why these hoes don't have the same energy for the OnlyFans thotties when they getting dookied on in Dubai? Y'all got no tears and sympathy for them. Bro, see, you're going to have to keep that misogyny to yourself. Cause it's so you see all these beautiful women in here. That ain't what we doing tonight, bro. We got Amabarachi in the building, man. You're gonna have to come more correct than that, brother. I'm sorry. I see what you're saying, but you're gonna have to do better than that. Matter of fact, let's get to the news. What are you talking about? Ain't that right, ladies?
Names that were used between Cassie and Sean.
Yeah, we learned that Cassie referred to him as Pop Pop, and Sean Combs would refer to her as CC. The prosecution says, what does CC stand for? She said Cassie Combs.
What kind
Oh my God, man. That was his granddaughter. And he felt that was cool. He just a dirty old man in the corner with some baby oil. He didn't want to have sex with her. Like, pop. Like, what's up, CC? Hi, what's going on, you little nasty ass? What you got going on? That gave him a boner just being in her company, knowing that he old enough to be her grandfather. She a little slut, and he wanted to see her get it in. She was his pet. He was not tapping that. He never had an intimate moment with her like that. Diddy was never on top of her sweating. Diddy ain't never in a moment of ecstasy said, I love you to Cassie. She was simply, she was a living porno. Didn't he have an album called Press Play? Hold on, look at this. Oh, she made it too easy for this man. She inspired this damn album. I don't give a damn what nobody say. He got a human porno. All he got to do is press play. And Cassie gonna freak off however he set it up, just like in the movies. He got to see that shit live. Watching it on TV wasn't good enough for Diddy. He like, why watch it on TV? Look, he had her on the cover of Press Play. Like she was just a toy to him. Like real light pornos, baby. I don't sit there and watch them shits. I produce my own shits, man. I got the lighting set up, cameras. You know, Cassie, I want y'all to do a little role playing for me. I'm gonna record this thing, you know what I'm saying? I like to direct my own shit, you feel me? I want y'all to do some freaky shit that only I could think of. I'm a producer everywhere around. Produce movies, produce music. I make clothes, I make my own pornos. I do everything on my own. I'm from Harlem, nigga. Wear my own shirts, own shoes. Y'all know how them Harlem dudes do. Like, nigga, I eat my own chips. Don't wear buy no Doritos, nigga. I got my own shit right here. Nigga, rap snap Harlem, nigga. He had his own pornos, y'all. And made an album about it. And Cassie was the star in his movies. He in the video hoping that Cassie don't come through the door. Like, tonight, I just want to chill with a couple of ladies, you know, be a businessman. Yo, I want to see this video so bad. Matter of fact, y'all stay tuned. I got to see a little snippets of this. Look, the video is, ooh, wait a minute. Look. The video unavailable. This video contains content from Diddy who has blocked it in your country on copyright grounds. Damn, he can't even, the comments turned off. Oh, they taking his music away. Damn. Diddy doing bad. That's kind of scary. I wonder if R. Kelly video is still out there. What about, hold on, let me see. Oh, they did it with this channel too. Oh, featuring Nicole Schwarzenegger. You can't, oh, they taking his music down. That's how you know he about to be doing some serious time. They sneaking around talking about copy. That's his song. It been out before. Wait a minute. Let me try this one. Let me see. Oh, they doing it everywhere. Got 680K, so it was viewable. Now it ain't viewable no more. Oh, this bad. They lining his ass up real bad. Can I even see the lyrics? Hey, we gonna get back to that. This shit getting creepy. Listen at this, y'all.
What kind of witness is Cassie coming off as to the jurors?
I think naturally when you look at her visually, people see that she's pregnant and looking like she's due any day now. So they might, have empathy, sympathy for her in that way, but we don't really know. We know that they've been instructed to be fair and impartial. As to what type of witness she's coming off as, she's describing someone that she was, someone she said that was trying to figure out who she was at that time and who she was allowed to be. Now you're looking at somebody that's almost 40 years old, totally different person, but even in describing what was going on at her at that time, taking drugs, trying to please Sean Combs, she's really just sort of laying out the case for her not having a lot of control. So I think that's the takeaway. This is someone who is making it very clear that at that particular time in her life, she
Man,
said she did not have any control really over what she wore, what she did, who she was having sex with. She's a different person now. But I think when she talks about those details and even reflecting on them for herself, as we saw today, she broke down in that courtroom.
Her husband's been by her side. He's in the courtroom. Have you been able to see his reaction?
I was sitting about 2 rows behind Cassie's husband, and he also not showing any emotion that I can see visibly on his face, but just staying there and there obviously to support his wife. But I can only imagine how difficult it must be for everybody listening to these details, but definitely somebody who's as close to her as her husband.
her husband is emotionally shattered right now because she represents him. She represents their family. She represents their kids. He decided to marry her when all Diddy did was treat her like garbage. And you would say he's a noble man for doing something like that, but the truth is, society don't respect men like that. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Society not going to respect the fact that he married her after the man was peeing in her mouth. And the only reason why she claimed the only reason why she did those things is because she wanted to be with Diddy. Like there was no money involved. Like she wasn't trying to get paid. She wasn't trying to be with the man with deep pockets or whatever the case is. So, you know, they gonna continue on with this, but I can't see how they could make things better or make her look better or whatever the case is when all of this stuff is already out there. Yo, y'all need to check this out real quick. Yo, like I said, them phone lines open too. Y'all could participate if y'all want to. Ventura says she took all kinds of drugs to disassociate and numb herself. Cassie testified that she used drugs at every freak off and took off. They need to stop using that word because that word is criminal. That's like the N word. It's a curse word. Freak off. What they turn that into is something sinister beyond measures. It's when you hear that, you think of some old some dominatrix, some ritualistic, something that's diabolical. But her definition of it is not that at all. They asked her what it is. She explained what it was, and it sounded like some consensual shit that couples do. It sounded like he wasn't interested in her for real. Like she was she was in his entertainment, And I could see it now that all of this done came out. I could see the dynamics of their relationship. Ain't nothing like having a pretty thing on your arm. It makes you look good. You know what I'm saying? Cassie to him was like a piece of jewelry or something. That's it. He enjoyed the way she looked, but that's all. Her personality, and he probably couldn't stand her ass for real. But he was hooked on the look. And mind you, this is something I want people to consider, man. Y'all need to look at this and tell me if y'all could feel me on this. And hopefully y'all can, because I ain't trying to waste nobody's time. I'm just trying to make a point. Now, this the thing about it. Diddy was in love with J-Lo. He did not want to let her go. When he was with Jennifer Lopez, he was head over heels. She broke his heart in the worst of ways. He was tripping. He couldn't stand to see Jennifer Lopez standing next to another man. It was times where she was doing video shoots and stuff like that. Get this shit out of here. Hold on. What the hell? Oh, yeah, that's some old bullshit. We ain't talking about that. It was times where Jennifer Lopez was doing photo shoots and Diddy would come up in there and was tripping. Hold on. Photo. Shoot. Fight. He came in there and beat somebody's ass. Hold on. Get this. Okay, go ahead. Accept all that. Explosive photos reveal heated clash between Diddy and Jennifer Lopez on the night of the alleged assault scandal. That ain't what I was looking for. Okay, where the other shit at? God damn it. They don't fucked up my shit. I do apologize. But this where we at with it. So he was so in love with Jennifer Lopez to where he had to tell himself never again. Like if he had to do it all over with J-Lo, he would have treated her completely different. And I'm sure that he took his anger that he had with Jennifer Lopez out on Cassie. He's like, I should have slutted her ass out. I shouldn't even have had sex with J-Lo. I should have just let my niggas do her, man. I should have. Everything that he wished he would have did with Jennifer Lopez, he did it with Cassie. She got the same face, the same everything. So it was a fantasy thing for Diddy. He had no intentions on ever falling in love with J-Lo again. He punished Cassie for Jennifer. He was mad at her because of something J-Lo did. And Cassie was like, oh, sometimes he'll have a look on his face, and next thing you know, I'm getting punched in the face. Because he think about Jennifer and how she went off to be with the damn other dude. And when he went through it, she wasn't there by his side and all that stuff. He tried to wife her up. You can't wife up no chick like Jennifer Lopez. His feelings was all involved. He lost himself when he was with J-Lo. He was actually on the top of his game before he got with Jennifer Lopez. She shattered his soul. So when Cassie came along, he was like, you know what? I never love another chick like you. You gonna pay for what Jennifer Lopez did. Before I give you my love, I'll pay another motherfucker to sleep with you. He felt liberated being with Cassie. That's the way I see it, man. He hated Cassie. But it wasn't nothing personal. It was just he used her. She was a damn Jennifer Lopez doll. She was the replacement. You know what I'm saying? It's people that do stuff like that. Yo, have you ever dealt with somebody and you see their ex and you realize that you look dead on the motherfucker? Matter of fact, I know somebody that I used to talk to way back in the day, and her baby daddy right now look just like me. I'm like, damn, you went out there and found somebody that looked just like me, didn't you? I mean, he looked dead. I'm like, she went and found my clone. People do shit like that. I know y'all seen it too. And a lot of times, them people, they be in a relationship like, you got anger issues. Who hurt you? Have you ever had somebody ask you, who hurt you? It's a lot of men out there. I know y'all feel me. You've been involved with a chick. They be like, who hurt you? But ain't nobody hurt me. But the truth is, somebody did hurt your ass. But that's Negro here nor there. But do y'all feel me though, or no? Okay, we're going to move on. It's a few other things I want to get into. Without further ado, let's get into them things. Y'all ready? All right, here we go. Let's get it.
Let's take it to New York now, where a key witness just testified in the sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs. R&B singer and his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura took the stand today. Now, we have to warn you, the details in this case are very difficult to hear. Let's bring in CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman. She's been following this case for us outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Katrina, can you go over just what happened in court today?
So we are currently hearing from Sean Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. She walked into the courtroom today in a very tight brown dress that shows off her very late stage pregnancy. This is actually something that the defense was hoping not to have happen. They felt that the jury seeing her pregnant might make her seem more sympathetic to them. It looks as though they lost that battle in front of the judge. But Cassie has been testifying about her relationship with Sean Combs, how it developed from when she was very young. They met when she was...
So that's Diddy when he did the heart signal with his daughter in court. She made a heart sign. He made a heart sign. He just want to get back on to his family. The hell with what he had going on with Cassie and who freaked who and who freaked whoever. Man, let me see what y'all talking about real quick. He said, Kim was pregnant at the time. This man wanted her to still participate in freak offs. I ain't know that part. You saying he had Kim Porter freaking off too? Y'all let me know. Okay, let's get back into this.
19, I believe it was. He first kissed her around her 21st birthday. And then we're starting to learn about how they got closer, how he started to exert what appears to be the government trying to show a pattern of control over her life. She was signed to a record deal with his company, but they only put out one of the 10 records that she was supposed to have. So he was in control of a lot of her finances. He got her apartments. She has started to testify about the abusiveness in their relationship and the sexual proclivities that he introduced her to, like voyeurism and something that he called freak offs, where she would...
Okay, let's talk about that real quick. Just real quick while I mix up this yogurt. Now, she was signed to a 9-album contract and only one album came out. They was together for 10 years. So you figure the plan would be to put out an album every year. She would have to produce the album and be productive in making the album. She said she had to recover from day-long freak-offs. You figure if you in a contract like that, you either want to get out of your contract or meet the obligations of your contract. When he asks you about a freak-off, I have to work on the album. That was a great getaway or escape from doing any of that madness. I would if I could, but I got to work on these songs. We got to make these millions. Money talks. If you talking about making that man some money and you got the potential to make him millions of dollars, he gonna let you do your thing because he trying to turn that album in and make that bread. If she was a Beyonce or somebody that really had some talent, he would have worked her to death in the studio. If anything, she was trying to stay relevant with him by doing these damn freak offs and setting these things up, because that's the only way she could stay in the game. She had a whole production she could have put together, some work she could have been doing to contribute. Hey, maybe she better at sex than anything else she had going on. That's all I'm trying to say.
Get male escorts, or he would get male escorts, and they would engage in sex acts for anything from hours to days. And she also talks about how their relationship became violent and she didn't know which side of Combs she would get in the morning. At one point saying that she didn't know if she made the wrong face, if he would hit her in the face. You can also see the government starting to try to lay out this racketeering scheme that they're accusing him of, where they say that he was running his company as a criminal enterprise. She says that his security guards and trusted assistants took part in keeping an eye on her, tracking her down if Combs couldn't reach her. We're on pause for lunch now, but she's taking the stand again any moment to continue their story, and we expect it to go on for the next few days.
And Katrina, before you go, I just want to make sure we cover what are Diddy's defense lawyers saying about all of this? They're not denying that he had some unusual proclivities, right?
You are absolutely right. In opening statements yesterday, they made it clear that they are owning up to a lot of Sean Combs' faults. They say that he's guilty of domestic violence, that he has committed assault, that he has a really bad temper, but they're saying these are not the things that he's charged with. You know, at the same time, they do want to really make him seem more empathetic to the jury. You know, it was even just interesting watching Sean Combs in court today. I was looking at him during moments that might, strike a chord with the jury. And sometimes I could see him, looking at Cassie and then scanning them to get their reactions. But really, their defense is one, that he has a lot of these issues, but they just do not align with the charges here.
Katrina Kaufman live outside that courthouse for us. Katrina, thank you.
They ain't got no crimes. Not enough to put somebody in jail for life. What they got can send somebody to anger management at best, especially with the time already served. They denying him bond for this shit. That's how you know it's bigger than what they present to the public. That's how you know they punishing him. This is more than just a slap on the wrist. They're making an example out of him. You go to sue a $1 billion company. He ruined their reputation. He done fucked up their liquor sales. Because one thing I know, black people gonna buy some liquor. I don't give a damn if they ain't got the money. If we ain't got the money, because I'm black too. There's winos out there, but they know how to take their ass up in the liquor store. They come in there dragging their feet. They could get some change out the couch to buy that damn liquor. And Diddy playing with their money. It's some winos out there that they don't want no Ciroc after they heard what Diddy said. They don't want no Diageo. They in the liquor store ain't got no tea. Talking about this from Diageo. I ain't gonna be able to do that today. Play. I heard what they said. That boy did it. They outside the liquor store smoking cigarettes, talking about how racist they mad at the liquor bottle. You racist mother, talking to the bottle. You racist motherfucking bottle don't love me. I don't love you, man. This is the last time. The last time, man. Got me drinking this old bud, old racist ass liquor. They like, damn, they seen them sales drop. The black market might be the biggest market when it comes to liquor. Other people, they have a bar and chill out for a little bit. And there's a lot of black people that got a whole bar and they just re-up as time go on. But the people that can't afford to live like that, they're in the liquor store every other day. Ran up. People struggling and going through it. Ain't nobody going through it like black people. Motherfucker need a drink every now and then. How many of y'all ladies come home and get you a glass of wine? What if you found out your favorite wine company, Beyonce came out, or one of the girls from Escape came out and said, they racist, they doing this, that, and that. You wouldn't want to drink that no more. You'll be looking at that bottle like you racist ass bottle. Diddy fucked up their money and they fucking up his life. That's all there is to it, man. Listen to this.
Singer and songwriter Cassie Ventura testifying today in the trial against Sean Diddy Combs. The former girlfriend of the hip-hop mogul accuses him of coercing women into abusive sex parties and becoming violent if they refused. Scripps News national correspondent Alex Miller live in New York with the latest on all of this. And Alex, you've been inside the courtroom. What can you tell us is happening at this hour?
Well, Cassie has been testifying for about an hour and a half, and that is the time that she's negotiated with the government and with the defense, because she is 8 months pregnant roughly, and so she gets a break every 90 minutes or so, and that's how long she has been on the stand today. This is the first time that she is seeing Sean Combs in person in roughly 6.5 years. When she walked into the room, he did not look at her. He continued looking straight ahead. She is in a very
When I think about it, they timed this for Cassie to be big and pregnant. I was wondering what was taking so damn long. Like, we're going to set it off in May. And they said that like at last May. And we need time to get everything together so we can. The only explosiveness they going to have in this case is when Cassie's water break. That's the only thing they plan on doing. Like the breaking news, Cassie's water broke as she broke on Diddy's sexcapades. As Cassie was breaking down the free calls with Diddy, her water broke in the courtroom. Like it was explosive. And, you know, we couldn't have asked for more. We wanted Kanye West and Michael B. Jordan, but when Cassie's water broke, that stole the show. They're going to be giving a toast after her damn water break in court. Like, hooray, cheers. Like we did it, 1 million views on CNN. Another 2 million views on TMZ. Like, this is the greatest time to be alive. I just made $50 million in Diddy stocks. Like she was going on and on about being bent over by some escort and whoop, her water broke. Like, Mom, did you hear the news about Cassie Ventura? Oh, yes, I was in the beauty salon. They said she was going on about that black guy and her water broke in the courtroom. It's a boy. Diddy, man. Like, why y'all playing with me, man? It's some old silly ass shit. My kids at home. Shit. His kids getting older. And you know what really breaks my heart with all of this? And I ain't no Diddy sympathizer. Fuck him. If he got to go to jail, oh well. I don't give a damn about Diddy. He ain't never put $1 in my pocket. All he did was make me feel insecure about wearing Sauconys to school. That's all he did. He made it hard for a broke-ass brother to feel justified in society when he out here with $1 million shiny suits. But that's me. I don't give a damn about Diddy, man. But what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. I done completely lost my point of what I was about to do, what I was about to type. Talk too damn much. What was I about to say? What was I to refresh my memory, y'all? What was I talking about before I went on that little spill? I was talking about the people in the salon, talking about they heard about Diddy, Cassie breaking her water on the stand. I was getting ready to this is what I was going. Yeah, this is what I was going to do, man. I want y'all to see this. Because this is what breaks my heart. Every motherfucking time, man. It breaks my heart. It makes me feel so sad. Now, baby love is walking and talking. She looked dead on her daddy, man. This is the saddest part about all of this. Now, them other kids was able to grow up with their dad and everything. But this one right here, she be asking for her dad. I remember on her birthday, his birthday, she was looking for him. She was like, where is he? She was hoping he would come around the corner. He was cooking with her. Regardless of what he had going on with Cassie and they little sexapades and they hire a male escort and Cassie get banged out or whatever. He got a family, kids that love him. He love his kids. Man, this is sad. By the time I don't know how old she gonna be when he finally get out of jail and he able to spend some time. This is time being wasted, man. To where he could be bonding and a lot of y'all feel like he ain't got no business or whatever. She ate her first rib without her daddy. Like, what the hell going on here, man? Hold on. Y'all need to see this. He got them twins. They out here. I don't know what they got going on, but they need their father's supervision. They getting older. They grown. You know what I'm saying? They about to be in their 20s or whatever. They dealing with life. And he ain't there. But I know y'all like, hell, that's his problem. He should have never did what he did. But what exactly did he do that deserve all of this? That's the point they need to get around to. Maybe tomorrow in the trial, because he in jail because Cassie was on drugs. And she did drugs to, do a damn freak off. She said some escorts participated in freak offs in multiple states. Okay. All right. That's what they did for a living. They was hustling their ass. And Diddy ain't forcing them. They was going to do it with or without Diddy. And Diddy ain't the one they was having sex with. They was having sex with Cassie. And she gave the boys the money. Diddy's money. She set it up for them to be freaking off in different states. Don't that make her an accessory to the fact she was the ringleader in this shit? She was calling the shots. How Diddy calling the shots and you the one on the damn phone? Diddy calling the shots and you the one paying the boys. Ventura says Combs wanted her to check if an escort was a cop. So she was an underboss. You go over there, she got a big old cigar in her mouth. Like, I heard you working with the feds, man. Like, let me know if you're a cop or not. Because the last time you pulled on your pants, you had a handcuff tattoo on your ass. What was that all about? Oh, no. When I grabbed your ass, I felt the badge in your back pocket. I knew what that was. That was not your wallet. It was not your wallet. You had a badge in your back pocket when I grabbed your ass. Are you a cop or no? Like, I'm not going to jail for nobody. Nobody's stopping my freak off. If you coming to get nasty, but no chatter to the police. They were scared as hell. Like, bitches, you trying to interrogate me? Am I a cop? Why would I be a cop? Like, we're trying to cop some ass and you might be a cop. What in the hell? Escorts were paid up to $6,000, Ventura said. Cassie Ventura said escorts was typically paid between $1,500 and $6,000 after the freak-offs. She often handed them the money, although it was provided by Diddy. So she's standing at the door. Like, you only get $1,500, Papa. You was weak and couldn't even keep it up for my mind. Get $1,500, that's all. Hey, you big baby, you get the whole $6,000. You... She giving them pep talk while she giving them the money. Like, next time I'm gonna need you to shave that shit. It was I was wondering who it was. It had to be you, hairy ass. You only getting $3,000. Yo, Cassie, make sure you pay them niggas right. Pay them what you feel like they worth, man. I don't know what they was doing in there. I was asleep. You know, pay them what you want to pay them, Cassie. Here go the bag right here. I'm about to go. You know, Cassie gonna take care of y'all. All right, fellas? Y'all be good out there, man. Thank y'all for being a part of P. Diddy Productions. Like, all right, dog, we got it, dog. Them butt-naked male escorts, they walking, they hit the showers ready to get paid. Like, yeah, we did, man. We banged that little broad out. Yeah, man. So Cassie, yeah, me, you, and me. Oh, man, next time we do it, we gonna do it like this. They get in a huddle before they go in the bedroom with Cassie. Like, you get her by the leg, tickle her feet, man. You caress her arms. Me, I got the breast. You get the butt. Me, I get the top. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, freak off. Like, I've been waiting all week for this, baby. What type of bullshit? But that's Negro here nor there. Is that name for me or what's going on? What's up with that? Love him, live him. Or is that live him? Is it because I'm live? Find out I got admirers in the building or whatever. Somebody said this channel owner is sick. Not sicker than Cassie. I'm surprised. Yo, God bless her baby. I feel sorry for his mother. He said Albie Shore said he went to the police and the police force was all on Diddy's payroll. Shit, they probably was coming to the freak off later that night. Said, honestly, FOs, at least so far, sound like a way for Diddy to engage in fruity activity without directly doing it. Man, if he wanted to be fruity, he could have been fruity. That's plain and simple. If Diddy wanted to be zesty, who's stopping him? It definitely wasn't Cassie. If he wanted to bang out with them dudes, that's what he would have did. The truth of the matter is, Diddy wasn't having sex with nobody. Nobody. Ventura explains how she found male escorts at Combs' direction. Cassie Ventura testified that Sean Diddy Combs tasked her with finding escorts for the freak-offs. And she noted that Combs had a very specific physical requirement for the men. Hey, man, you got to get your money's worth. And that ain't no Diddy on none of that. And I ain't taking up for the man. But if I'm paying for anything, I got to get my money's worth. Have you ever went to a restaurant or Chipotle's or something, and they put a little bit of rice on your shit, and you know you about to pay $14 for the damn burrito bowl? I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna tell them to put some more rice on that. That ain't put a little more rice on that. That ain't enough. You get around to the other stuff. They want the stuff that you really like. No Diddy. They gonna sprinkle a little bit of cheese on there. A little bit of, you gotta pay for the guacamole and they want to put a half a scoop. No, Playboy. I'm gonna need you to put a little more guacamole. That's me though. Some of y'all will pay the whole $14 for a sprinkle of this and a sprinkle of that. I ain't going for it. So, and Diddy's not in his defense. Somebody said extra everything. Feel me? I mean, you paying for it. You might as well get what you want. Not that's what Diddy wanted, but hell, ain't nobody paying for nothing, some cheap shit if it's expensive. You pay for some fat ass dude to come over there right after he get done with his janitorial services. He pull up in a janitor van with a sweaty back with a wedgie in his ass. He got the whole house stinking. And you got to pay them off. Don't bring your sloppy ass over here talking about you trying to freak. Because if that's the case, he would have anybody come over there. It looked like all the fathers from every sitcom from the 90s in the damn house. You got a nigga that look like Uncle Phil. Got a dude look like the dude from Family Matters. But hell, according to the rumors out there, he might like that type of thing. But in this case, he ain't want that. And you know what? That's a good point, man. People been making those rumors and spreading shit on him for a long ass time. Excuse me. They said that Diddy was freaking off with the father from Family Matters. This man ain't never been in shape. He ain't never been no sex worker material at all. He was sassier than, look at his ass. He was sassy as fuck. Like, hands on his hip. I know he wish he was able to be Medea instead of trying to play a masculine role. If he was able to be Medea before Medea, he probably would have been happy as hell. He shut down the claims. He had to shut it down. 96 people picked a random motherfucker just to put Diddy on. People got away with a whole lot of stuff. Diddy need to sue as many people as possible, man. 90 sitcom star denies Diddy's connection. Sex rumors surface. He had to go out there and tell the public, y'all stupid as hell for whatever the internet is talking about. Somebody threw that out there and it stuck. I threw some shit out there and it stuck. So that's how I know that people was just having fun with the whole Diddy thing. Look at this, man. Okay. She said that Combs had a very specific physical requirements for the men. Hey, man, I ain't saying I don't know. Ventura said she find escorts by responding to ads on Craigslist and Backpage at Combs' direction. But he tasked her with finding it. So he gave her a job. He wanted to see that she was worth something. Like, I told you to get in the studio, work on your music, and you ain't produced nothing. I wanted, can you find somebody that could freak you off? Because I'm tired of finding these niggas for you, man. Matter of fact, you want to freak off so bad, you find the niggas, you do this, you do that, you set it up. It's all on you, Cassie. This what you want to do with your life. The ball is in your court. You do it. I ain't doing it no more. If he have her doing it, he must not really be that interested in it. She done. The jury is now reviewing the text message conversation between Ventura and the man she said will facilitate escorts. He would send her photos of the men they could hire. So she had a plug. Like, yo, Poppy, what's up with them BBCs today? What you got for me? Oh, I got Greg. You know, nigga just left the gym. Met him at the corner store. You know what I'm saying? He said that he would be willing to freak you off. He got the same description that you like, Cassie. Don't worry. Like, okay, that's cool. But he came last week and, you know, it wasn't that much fun. Who else you got? Okay, hear me out, hear me out. I got this motherfucker. He married, right, Cassie? He married, but he go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm talking about this brother Bill. Like, send me the pictures. Send me the pictures. Like, Cassie, I got you. And this is another brother, man. He cut my grass, but when he cut my grass, he took his shirt off. Cassie. Like, oh, send me pictures of him too. Send me all of their pictures. They all coming tonight. We need them to freak me. Somebody make it make sense. Then she get all the pictures and take them to Puff. Oh, Puff, okay, I got a lineup for you. Okay, I got something real special. Like, okay, all right, what you got? Let me show me what you working with. Who that nigga right there? That nigga right there? Oh, that nigga right there? Okay, I'm paying these niggas. Okay, well, so what's going on, Cassie? You gonna let them smash or what? Oh, I'm over it, man. We gonna be back tomorrow. Look, she said it for me. She said Cassie was the stick monster, basically, and Diddy in jail for it. She said, right. Daddy is sexual. He in the pool calling him daddy over and over. And Meek Mill was there for it, man. Let's talk about that real quick. If Diddy was a part of these freak-offs and he was constantly watching men bang Cassie, I'm pretty sure he was calling them dudes daddy too. Like, I like the way you doing that, daddy. The way you work on. I see you over there, daddy. Damn. Hey, it is what it is at this point, man. I don't know what else I could possibly say about it. They some wild boys. They you know, Meek Mill been with Rick Ross so long, he's starting to look like that motherfucker. That's the way Rick Ross built. I don't think he really give a damn about the ladies like that. And no disrespect to Ross, huh? But look. Matter of fact, I could do a whole nother video on Rick Ross. Because he had not only Meek Mill, but Wale had allegations about him too. They said Wale, they got pictures of him in the bed with a man. They got Wale on them. They got text messages of him texting another man and all that shit. So it's not just Meek Mill, but Wale too. And there's something else that tripped me out about Rick Ross. Y'all gotta see this. He signed Omarion to his label the same time when Raz B was coming out with the Chris Stokes allegations. So he basically wiped up Omarion, allegedly. Like, y'all got this young nigga. Oh, we gonna go platinum together. They ain't never put out no album. Was he there for the freak off, or what was going on with that? And I like Omarion. You know what I'm saying? Every interview he do, he a solid dude. He seemed like he a good brother, man. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Omarion, but there's allegations out there about him. You know, same thing with Meek Mill. As far as I see, he a go-getter, a dream chaser, whatever the case is. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him, but they got allegations out there about him. And Rick Ross been associated with all them boys, so I don't know. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Ross. I'm pretty sure he's a good guy, but it's starting to look like in the entertainment business, you got BBL Drizzy out here. They went in on him all summer, y'all. He couldn't catch a break. People broke him down. One of the biggest artists, if not the biggest artist in hip hop. He been broken down. So something is definitely going on in the entertainment business to where, hey, they all in the same gang. You got to be with it. But I figure hip hop culture is jail culture. And if you know anything about jail culture, then you should already know what time it is. There's some dudes in jail right now going crazy over Omarion. It's some dudes in jail with Omarion poster on their wall. I know it's weird, but it's true, man. It's some dudes in jail that would love a fat ass Rick Ross to walk in there one day. Like, you BBW juicy motherfucker. It's dudes and not dudes just in jail, but people that, it's a part of the culture, man. Hold on, y'all need to see this. People talk about Tyler Perry is zesty and all this bullshit. People be like, Tyler Perry pushing an agenda. He got a market to push it too. That's the point that people fail to realize, man. Tyler Perry can only give the people what they want. He been able to put out Medea, all of this stuff, the misogyny, bashing men. That's because he got a market for that, man. That's people willing to pay top dollar to see a depiction of a brother doing bad. He wouldn't make as much money putting out movies with depictions of brothers doing the right thing because people don't want to see that. People get off on a brother doing bad or being a fuck up or whatever the case is, man. It's unfortunate that that's what his market requires. You got to know your audience. You got to know your demographic. He targets his movies specifically to Black people. So in order for them to be successful, he got to get the people what they want. Girlfriends worked. Living single worked. So he came out with Sisters, and it worked. It's simple math. You can't blame him for the ills of society. Yes, there's zesty men amongst us. Yeah, you got sassy women and stuff like that amongst us, man. It's trending. He didn't create it. It been like that before Tyler Perry was even born. But that's Negro here nor there, man. The culture is fucked up. These entertainers can only do what the people require of them. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I don't know what happened with that. But that's Negro here nor there, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all feel about this Diddy situation. Let me see if I got more Diddy news for y'all. I don't want to do that one. I think I want to get into this real quick. Y'all stay tuned. Here we go. Y'all listening? All right, let me get this set up. All right, here we go.
Today is day one.
Lauren Conlon is the host of Pop Crime TV and was inside the courtroom today. Lauren, just hearing the details summarised like that has been disturbing enough. What was it like hearing the allegations firsthand?
It was pretty hard to listen to. I mean, just being there and having to see Diddy's family and his children listen with both ears as he allegedly did certain things to these women. And at one point, he appeared to give his mother a thumbs up. He smiled at his kids. He was flipping through a Bible. At another point, he appeared to be nervous at the very beginning, and he asked the judge for water. And I remember specifically that when the jury walked in, he did not take his eyes off of them. He was just locked in. But I thought it was very interesting when the witness testimony was given and when the opening statements were given, and he was hearing all these things, again, that he allegedly did, violent things, very vile things that you wouldn't want your family, let alone the public, to hear about. He was very stoic. I did not see a whole lot of expression.
That jury, fuck. They fed them to the wolves. They said Diddy would not take his eyes off of him when they came in. Like, y'all the ones standing between me and my freedom. He gave them a good once over, looking them up and down. He's a New Yorker. He could read a person when they come in the room. He analyzed them. He probably in his cell right now thinking about them damn jurors. You got old ones. You got a damn scientist. You got all these different types. It's probably a nigga over there with a New York fitted on, tapping at their window, talking about, come here, man. Yo, come out the bathroom. I see you. Like, yo, I got this bag from Puff, man. You gonna take it or no? Take the bag or a bullet. A bag or a bullet, man. There's some dudes out. Hey, shit get tricky out there in them streets. Them wolves is lurking. They catch your ass coming out the Whole Foods. Them apples gonna roll in the parking lot. And I don't wish that on nobody. but they playing a dirty game. Like, yo, Puff was able to help me when I was coming up in the streets. Man, I have $1 to my name, nigga. Puff pulled up one day, dropped a bag on the nigga. I couldn't believe it, man. They trying to throw my nigga in jail. It's a bunch of DMXs out there still in Yonkers. They dirty. They willing to pull a belly on somebody. Diddy still got that money. That jury, I wouldn't want to be on that jury. It's cold out there in them New York streets. The price of living is high. There's money. Diddy ain't even got to put out the hit. Somebody would do one of them people dirty, and Diddy find out about it. Diddy ain't even got to give them the money. One of his associates could fuck around. He probably don't even know. It's people pulling plays for him that he don't even know what's going on. They got in their best interest for him to be back out so he could pay whatever it is that he owed them. That jury is screwed. He was staring at them the whole time. Oh man. I would have asked to be dismissed. Like, this ain't what I signed. Y'all put my life in danger for some BS that happened between him and Cassie. The jury got to be thinking during her testimony, like, okay, what this got to do with me? It sounds like y'all had arrangements and shit. Now y'all rearranging my life. You feel me? I wouldn't be with it, yo.
Expression, he just kind of seemed to sit there and watch and lean back a bit in his chair.
Cassie Ventura is a former girlfriend of his. Why is her treatment so significant to the prosecution?
Well, who better to testify here about Sean Combs' alleged crimes and alleged criminal enterprise than his former girlfriend of almost 2 decades? And Cassie Ventura was actually the first one to come forward in 2023 with this explosive civil lawsuit that details a lot of the allegations that we're about to hear. And I don't just mean
Oh, my bad. Yo, was y'all able to see the news? Because I had the news playing. How long was it a blank screen? I do apologize because I thought I was playing the news for y'all. And I was just sitting here quiet looking at pictures. I do apologize, man. Did y'all see this? Because I just took my melatonin. I do apologize. I didn't mean to leave y'all hanging like that. I switched over here because as she talking about Cassie and all this nonsense, somebody said 2 seconds. Okay, cool. My bad. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't paying attention. Because she talking about Cassie giving her testimony and the jury looking like, well, why Cassie is so important. I'm thinking to myself, Young Miami need to get up there and speak on her account. She was the most recent relationship that he was in. You know what I'm saying? What happened between him and Cassie is one thing. That's the past. You know, it was a bad relationship. People get out of horrible relationships. You know what I'm saying? People get out of very, very bad situations. A lot of y'all out there was in some horrible shit. You finally made it to the other side and life goes on. You know what I'm saying? So they need to hear from somebody more recent because people change over time. People decide that, you know, the way they was living was foul and they move differently. He said in his speech, his lifetime achievement speech, he said, I want to give a shout out to Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. So he moved on to brighter times, man. Where Young Miami at? She need to come out and say something, anything, give her testimony, even if she don't go to court. Do a blog, write a post, Young Miami, because your boy doing bad. He doing real bad. Y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, man. I'm about to go ahead and get ready for tomorrow's episodes. All y'all gotta do is stay tuned. And please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button too. I got so much love for y'all, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all on my